Hello there, welcome back. Welcome back to the 10th session on Oracle architectural journey. So let me share the screen. Yeah, on the previous session, we were discussing about this database connection and session information, and we explained that one connection can have many sessions likewise, and we demonstrated the practicals on using SQL Developer as well. So now, yeah, so this is what on SQL Developer, the SPID on video process, we can say shadow process ID, and video process, this is right away giving the server process ID on the database side. When a connection established, we know server process and the client process, there are two things. Client process is on the client side, server process is on the server side. Using SPID, we can get the server process ID. And on the other hand, using the process in video session, we can get the client process ID on the client side. So that is why these two columns are I just gave here. And even if you take the documentation on SPID video process, if you look at video process, this one SPID, you can see operating system process identifier, that is for server process. They're talking about the multi-threading and all that we will do later. This is 19C. There's a little bit of difference there, but actually multi-threading started on 12.2. Yeah, but anyway, so this gives the server side process ID, SPID. On the other hand, what I just mentioned, this is the process column on video session. That process column will give the operating system client process ID. So that's why, that's what I just mentioned, client process ID. Fine. So let's continue further. We'll demonstrate. Now, actually, we did some practicals having a server on the same host and the client also on the same host, because in the previous practical, I used SQL Plus on the same host, having the database also on the same host. And I used SQL Developer as well. But now let's try to be much closer to the production. Let's have two host machine. Client process is on running in a different machine totally, and the server is running on another machine. So let's try to make a connection between these two so that we can clearly identify the client process running on the client side and the server process running on the server side. So let's try to get those details. So I have two environments. So this is my one environment, which is actually, this is, I just checked the uname. So I think it is Enterprise Linux 8 is running. I think the version 8.3. Yes, that is 8.3 is running here. And on the other hand, I have my other VM. Now these are two VMs I'm running. This is one VM and this is one VM. So I have the both VMs here. And this one is, I will use this one as my server machine. Let's verify that. Yeah, in this machine, I'm having Oracle database is up and running. You can see select, I have issued the command orcl p database is up and running. And you can just confirm that ps minus ef grep pmon. You can see orcl p, it is running. Yeah. So that is my server machine. Database is running there. And other one, this machine is my client. There is no database running out there. And here we don't have any database running. I'm having only a client tool running here. SQL Plus is running here. Yeah, let's get these terminals. This. Yeah, let's keep this one away. Yeah, let's keep this here. 1 second. Yeah, that is fine. That is the version, and I'm having this one. Okay, let's have these three terminals because for demonstration I need multiple terminals. That's fine. Right, so this is my SQL plus tool here. Yeah, so let's check it in this machine. Oh, I don't have anything. PS minus EF grep pmon. So nothing is running here. Ah, okay. Grep. So you can see there is no Oracle process is running here actually. So there's no database. I am having SQL plus tool installed. Right. So what I'm trying to do, we will first of all, and by the way, I'm using root. That's okay. That's just configure SQL plus here. So we can just try a connection. This is 192.168.8.171 is my other machine. This is 192.168.8.171. So I can just check it. Let's check it from here. IFCONFIG IP address, whatever. Right. So this is my machine 192.168. Yeah, 192.168.8.71 is this server. This is my database server. So from here, I'm going to connect. So it's a simple connection I'm going to make here. So you can see I'm going to connect as system Oracle, and I'm giving description right on online because this is just a command line SQL plus client. So that's why I'm not using any DNS configuration, nothing. Right on the line I am giving. I'm giving the IP and the port is 1521 and connect data, and my database name is ORCLP. So let's press enter, and it made the connection. And just let's verify it. Select a name from $, database. So it's connected to that ORCLP database. Right, now this is my client tool. Okay, so this is my client tool. This is my client machine. Now on the client side, I should be able to see my process. Which process? Client process. So if I just, yeah, I think not pmon, this, yes. So let's try it. I can just simply type a command. I think, let's check it. Hold on. You can just type a ps minus cf grep and SQL plus, but let's do it in a proper way. So I had another terminal here. Hold on. This is that. Yeah, so anyway, let's bring up the command. Okay, I just want to type ps minus ef grep. Let's check it. SQL plus. That is enough, right? There you have. So this is my SQL plus command line. You have, this is my client tool is running here with this process ID. That is what you can see. So I just check my process ID. So it is up and running here because it has made a connection. So this is my client process which is running here with this process ID. And from the database side also, I should be able to get it with this SP ID, you may remember. So not SP ID, process from BDR process, I should be able to get the same ID from the database side. And we can check it again. I think this one. Let's check it from the database side. If I go here, yeah, I think I can make a connection here. Yeah. Let's select process from VDOL session. Now this is VDOL process means what? It will give the client ID. I need the server ID, dedicated server. Now it is from the database side. No, hold on. First thing, let's check now. I want to check this one. I want to check this one, client ID. So, but it was correct. Let's check select process PROCESS from video session. Okay. I think you should have filtered it. What was the process ID? This ID we have, yeah, 7889, 107889. 107889, yeah. So we were checking here this one. We want to get the client process, this one, process from video session, and we are trying to take it from the server side, and the ID given was this one, right? Not 10, right? This is for the command only. 10 5123 10 5123 86714. So 10 5123 86. Yeah, just notice the mistake was because we have already disconnected from here, right? So there cannot be a session there now. So let's create a new session. Let's exit from here and okay, let me recreate. Okay, now we have a connection. So let's get the actual ID from here. Okay, we have 108897, 108897. So let's check that one from here. Here we go. We have 108897. So on the server side, you can see on video session, we have the which one? The client ID on video session. So we have the client process running on the client side now, and on the server side also from video session, we can detect the same client ID is running, process ID actually. Okay, so let's check on the server side. What is the server ID? So very easy, we can just run this command, and server ID we can track from database instance name. So my instance name is orclp. So let's track it. We should be able to get a new connection. Now you can see there's a connection here. Of course, I see two connections. Anyway, it should be this one. 9563. This one, local no. This is a local connection. Yeah, that is for this connection. Yes, I have a connection from here as well. No. So this is local no. This is the remote connection. And from here, if I query which one now, video process SPID. So let's select SPID from video process. Should be able to get that, right? Database site. What is the ID? This one 9563. So 9563, no? Yeah, this one, no? 9563 should be here. 9563. This I am taking SPID from video process. This one. SPID from video process. Because as far as a database connection is there, already the connection is there because I didn't disconnect it, right? Let's check it. Yeah, it is there. We have the connection here. So this side should be there 9563. Let's check. We should have filtered, but anyway, 3, 4, 5, 8. We have 9115, right? Yeah, that is what the 9115 is the local connection. Where is this 9563? Why is not there? 9 1 and 5 is there. 55 rows selected. True. 9 1 and 5 9563 is local connection. No. Yes, so it's not visible there, right? So let's only further check it. 9 1 and 5 is there. Okay, so what you can do, let's go back here and exit this connection. I'm going to exit it. Let's check what's happening here. Okay, let's get it Warcel P. So now what happened? Yeah, so this is 9115 was our local connection. This is the connection. Now the remote connection is no longer there. Yeah, it's not there. So now what we have anyway 9115, right? Yeah, 9115. Let's query that. Yeah, so 9115 is there. That is my this connection, this particular session, which is local. Yes, that is 9115. It is there. So what I want to get is my remote connection. So let's again connect from here. Let's make a connection from here. Okay, we made the connection and let's go back here. Now we should be able to get that. All right, so we got that local no. So the server ID is 9859. 9859 and this is 9115, the old connection. Earlier the local no was not there. You can see here it is not there. But now we had the local no, that is a remote connection. 9859. So you should be able to, let's see the number of rows 54, it should increase by 1. It's not increasing. So that's something to check actually. Because we are checking SPID from VDLR process. Yes. SPID. There should be a value adding in, but it's not. Now we got it after some time. Okay, so what is that? We should get 9859 local no, but it's still let's check 9859 PID 9912 also there. Here we are. We should have filtered it. 9859. This is okay. Got it. So now that is compare. So this process 9859 is here. You can see 9859, the server process ID is created on the database side as well, and from VDollar process SPID we got it. Okay, so now we confirm the client process and the server process from an actual environment. So let's continue more here on the practical. So now what we have to do, we will check that connection as well. Connection where we did with SQL developer. Now I have a connection made here now. So there is a connection now. I have made a connection. So I can get those details like this. Let me run a small command. A select command to get my yeah. So this command select serial number. Let me copy that one. I'm just running this one. Select SID serial number, the process address from VDLR session. Now I have connected the system. I have connected the system, so I need to get my address. My connection is system. So on behalf of this connection, there's a process created in the backend. We know that there's a on behalf of a connection, there's a process is getting created. So this is that process address actually on behalf of this connection. So now what I want to do, like we did it on SQL developer earlier, but SQL developer, it never created the, another address, right? It never created a new session on the backend. You may remember, it created a new connection. We enabled that feature to have, I mean, when you're opening SQL worksheet, if you just click the worksheet, it just create a share session only, but in the backend, nothing happened. But after we enabling that feature only, you may remember, no? This feature we enable, we went to tools and we went to tools, preferences. There was a feature like this, no? That create a dedicated process whenever there's a new SQL worksheet is opening. Remember, under utility, there's a new worksheet to use unshared connection. So that means it will create a new connection. But if we just create a connection session like this, nothing happened on the backend. But now let's learn something new. So I'm going to do something like this. So I have this connection and there's address. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to run a command like this. Now this is one command, set auto trace on statistics. So this command, what will happen? It will automatically create another session internally. There are commands like this which Oracle automatically creates sessions within a connection. Now my connection address is this. So this one is going to create another session on that address. So we can confirm that again. If you select this one, you will see you're going to have, now you can see two sessions. I have two SID. Session ID 1 was there. This is another SID. That means another session being created. Another serial is there. And but it shares the same connection. You can see shares the same connection. So not only this command, there are commands even in PLSQL. There are commands which internally trigger sessions. So we need to identify as DBAs. You need to identify because you have seen even though the number of connections are 5, there are many sessions on the backend. I mean, DBAs are complaining these things. Okay, I have only 5 connections. Why there are 100 sessions? So the reasons are these. So we need to understand this. Internally it creates sessions. I mean, and it shares the same connection as you can see. Now we can do something like this. We can run a disconnect command, right? So if I just run a disconnect command, now disconnect command, what it does actually, it will disconnect this session, but still since we that previous connection will remain as it is because it won't destroy that connection. Disconnect will end the running session, but the connection remains. Okay, so we can confirm that one as well. So this is the command select select program from VDLR process. I need to see the, I need to get the program, and from VDLR process where address equal hex to row, because this address is hex. I need to convert it to a readable format. So row, let's convert it, and single quote close, bracket close, semicolon. Now even though I disconnect, my connection is remaining. So from VDLR process, I am checking whether my connection is there. So if the value is there, that means no, I can't do it from this session. Why? Because this is been disconnected. No, so we need to have another session. So since it is not connected, I have to open another terminal. So in this terminal, anyway, to connect to SQL Plus, this is only the client tool I have. Client tool SQL Plus, so I have to export this library and all. So it is done. So now let's make a connection here. It's correct, 171. Yeah. So now we can run this command here, select this command and see whether our connection exists. So you can see under this address, still, even though this session ended, I ended the current session because there was automatic session generated on behalf of this as well. So I ended that session, and actually disconnect will not disconnect the connection. So that is remains as it is. Now, even if I check this one back again, let's check this one, select See what has happened. Username system. So now actually I have connected system here again. Let's see now what the situation. Yeah, now you can see it has made a new connection, right? Because I reconnected here. No, that is for that connection. That connection means it's a total new connection. I ran this command, this one, right? So it runs in F58. This I mean F58. Let's see. Yeah, that is a total different address now. But this connection still remains till I exit from this session. That's what it says. Okay. So this is a total new connection on behalf of this. Currently, I connected using another SQL Plus window. Okay, so if I exit from this totally from this SQL, let's check that one. Now exited. So let's check this command now again and see. Yeah, that's the correct one. And now you see no row selected. That's correct. Because this address is being taken away now because I ended my whole connection like this exiting. So there's no more connection like that. But my new connection is already there because that's a total new connection on behalf of this particular SQL session. This is there. This is the new where I'm working on at the moment. So that is there. But the previous one under this address is completely gone now because I exited from here. Fine, I think you got the entire picture correctly, the client IDs and the server IDs and the process IDs and connections and sessions. Hope everything is clear. All right, I'll see you soon in the next session. Have a great time. Right? Bye-bye.